wish that heaven had a phone to call you up. I wish that I don't look too terrible, but I did go to K-pop club night last night, and I was out till like almost 1 in the morning. But I was only there for like 2.5 hours, and that's not even enough time to really get me going for real. Like I was just getting started, and everybody was tired. I was like, I got another 2 hours in me. I wasn't like much of a partier in college. Oh my gosh. Life update. I wonder if you can hear her. Oh, my Shayla. So I just adopted a cat. I will insert the video.
Cuteness.
Her name is Josie, and she is a clingy baby. I really don't want to bring her in here because she knocked down the Christmas tree. Fine. And she's not even going to come up here. She's only in here for the Christmas tree because she heard me talking. I just got her yesterday, and she in here to play on the string of my damn sweatpants. Josie, if you're going to be in here, come at least be on camera. But yeah, anyway, I look a little terrible, so I'm going to wear the shades. I hope that's a vibe. Welcome to No One Listens to Kendall, the show where I talk like no one's listening. Yeah, K-pop club night, DJ Chin. It was fire. It was fire. Some of his transitions, he was cooking. He did Body by Dayoung and transitioned it into Touch My Body by Hyolyn. I said, someone cooked here. He played Fantastic Baby. He played Bang Bang Bang. He played Big Bang. He played Shiny. Of course, Whiplash by aespa was the first song playing when I walked in. I was like, now the $13.99 lemon drop that I got that didn't do shit, that was the worst part of the night. I said, well, goddamn, I didn't feel any of that. It was less strong than the half a glass of wine I had before I left. I was like, for $13.99, I could have just drank some vodka straight out of a bottle. At that point, I'm also trying to contend with the idea of not needing alcohol to have fun. So that is that. But yeah, I adopted a cat. Her name is Josie. She is the sweetest little thing. She's so clingy. I almost cried when she started cuddling me. And I was like, I think I finally understand all you pet people. I really understand now. So I am with child. I'm a girl mom. My lifelong dream. I have a few things to talk about. I'm just going to go ahead and get my heated rivalry commentary out the way so that we can get to other stuff. Because this is not a heated rivalry podcast, but it has taken over my life, episode 3, and I've rewatched all the episodes again after I watched episode 3 because I'm addicted. So episode 3, Scott and Kip. That 3 seconds of Ilya's screen time really had my heart racing. I was like, ooh, I think I have a crush on Connor Story. Oops, I have a crush on Connor Story. Hey, Scott has been off his game. Can you please get out of my tea, Josie? Thank you. Scott has been off his game for years, right? And so he goes and loses that match against Rosanov. And, you know, Ilya is Ilya at the end of the day. So he's like, whatever. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And, you know, Scott been off his game. He said, maybe playing at home is better for you. Maybe it's better for you when you play at home. Chirping, as one does. Who knew I would be? Josie, please don't knock down my phone. Thank you. Chirping, as one does. Who knew I would be learning hockey terminology, hockey slang? But, you know, Ilya is Ilya, and he was going to chirp regardless. So he's like, maybe playing better is home. Whoa. Maybe playing home is better for you. And Scott was like, okay, fine. I'll take it on the chin. I lost. Whatever. He said, go fuck yourself. Ilya said, because canonically, Ilya thinks Scott is hot, which, true. So he's like, can I join? You want to fuck yourself? Can I be there too, babe? Which I thought was really funny. And then 2 days later, Scott already in a bad mood. Please do not go by the Christmas tree. Josie, I had to trap my baby. It was cute for a second. She had her cameo. So if you hear her crying in the background, that's why. But she's literally going to knock down the tree if I'm not watching her 24/7. She's obsessed with the lights on it. And I have like sparkly tinsel. I have sparkly garland. I have like disco ball ornaments. Like it's like a sensory heaven for her. She done knocked it down already. We can't keep doing this. Scott's already having a bad week. 2 days later, he loses 5-1. 5-1. And Shane Hollander's happy ass. He gonna walk over there cheesing big as fuck. Oh my God, it's my friend, my old pal, Scott Hunter. Let me go try my hand at a little chirpity chirp. Let me go try my hand. He walks over there. And there's something about Hudson in this damn hockey gear and his smile that is like so derpy. Sorry to bring back that word from the depths of 2014, but he's like, Well, maybe. Well, maybe next time we'll play. You'll actually show up. And Scott said, I don't think you know what a bad day is. He looked at that boy. He didn't even give him eye contact. He's spitting on the ice. He's still dejected, looking at the ground. Keeled over with defeat, exhaustion, probably a little bit of humiliation. Like, damn, fuck. Like, 5-1, damn. And he gonna look over. Scott gonna say, you're starting to sound like him. Shane couldn't even process what that nigga said because he said, what was that? He said, what did you say? What did you say? That boy Scott said, you heard me. Hard cut to 20 men having to hold them back respectively. Friends, mind you. They're little buddy pals. Shane was like, no, I'm not gonna. He said, I really cannot take that disrespect. I just kicked your ass. Like, I really can't take that disrespect. And it was the announcers going, fighting after the final play, after the final score is called. What are they fighting about? The announcers were like, the game is done. Like, what do they have to fight about? Shane said, oh, let me take my chain off. It's not even gonna, because it don't even need to be a discussion. Let me go ahead and take my chain. And Scott was ready for that ass. And Shane's gonna go, you're a pussy. You're a pussy. Go home. Go home. You're 45. Josh Tierney, please release the behind the scenes footage of Shane saying that, because I know Hudson was mad improvising. That was so funny. Go home. Go home. Because that's so what I feel as a non-book reader. Canonically, Shane, that the best chirping he can do during a fight is go home. Go home. You're 45. That's all you got. That is too funny. But after knowing what Scott was going through, he kind of justified. He's like, I'm really not in the mood. Like, Scott was like, I'm really, 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 really not in the mood. So please don't play with me right now. And it's so funny. It's Shane trying to chirp like Ilya because he's so used to being picked on by Ilya, and he likes it. He likes it. And when you're fond of someone picking up their mannerisms and idiosyncrasies, oh my gosh. No, and it was such a softball chirp. Like, that's what's killing me, is that he didn't even really go hard in the paint. Like, he's like, maybe you'll show up next time. And Scott was like, no, like, you're doing too much. You're dragging it. You're really dragging it. Please don't play with me right now. It's not a good day to play with me. And then fast forward to them having that conversation in the coffee shop after during the Sochi Olympics, and Ilya losing to Latvia. I was talking about the timeline last episode. I am starting to get a little confused because I did have to watch episode 2 again to understand the timeline of episode 3. I was like, what? I was a little confused. But I got it all back in order in this brain of mine. Scott and Kip were really cute. I knew this was going to be a quote unquote filler episode. That's what people were calling it, a filler episode. But I was like, this makes a lot of sense narratively. I've been made aware that they're from the Game Changers universe and that these universes are intertwined, but it's from the Game Changers series. What makes this so fun for me is it heightens the stakes of what Shane and Ilya are going through, right? And it's giving the audience more insight as to what exactly they have at risk by being in love with one another, right? And having to keep that aspect of them in secrecy. So, Scott losing his parents and hockey being his entire life, hockey is his family, hockey is his identity, and fearing that you're going to lose everything again. Like, you've already lost everything age 12. You find hockey, and because you love who you love, that puts at risk everything that you've built up for the rest of your life. And it's not like Scott was some minor player or anything like this. He's famous. You know what I mean? He is a public figure, and, he's kind of had like a fall from grace, so to speak, with his performance lately. And so when Shane is saying that, he really doesn't know the weight of it, despite it being a seemingly innocuous comment. At the end of the episode, when Scott is like, yeah, I just can't wait for us to be public, and I'll work on it in a few years. In a few years, in a few years, that boy Kip, he took that cup, he slid it, he said, what's that Drewski meme where that Drewski meme where he sighs and you hear the ice shake? That was literally Kip. He said, well, and Kip is so clearly in love with him. Scott is so clearly in love with Kip. Like it's reciprocal and it's real and it's palpable, and I feel that. And I really feel that. Kip is out, and he is, in the context of this story, a civilian. So having that contrast of Kip being a regular person who is out and proud and has a supportive dad, oh my God, it made me think of my mom, because I am a queer woman and I've been out, so to speak, to my mom since I was like in middle school. I was still working through like in what ways I'm queer, but I knew pretty early on, and she was just super accepting, and she still is super accepting of, whether, yeah, as a pansexual person, whoever I end up with, she just doesn't care, right? And that is such a privilege, being a Black woman from the South. You know what I mean? Having an accepting mom in that way, who goes to drag shows with me, goes to drag brunches with me, watches Drag Race with me. I can talk about the L word with me, being able to talk about going on dates and not having to omit gender, or my crushes over the years and being like, oh my gosh, I'm infatuated with this girl, I'm infatuated with this person, I'm infatuated with this boy, and it's not really making a difference on how she views me. And she's not perfect, of course, and she's still learning things. And there's certain aspects of it like that we have a lot of conversations about, like gender performance versus biological sex, that sort of thing is a little bit more convoluted for her. But just to have that baseline acceptance, Kip and his father's relationship being the exact foil to Ilya and his father, it strengthens the narrative. It strengthens the narrative. I think it was a big swing. Especially after such a positive reaction on the first two episodes. But I just understood what they were doing. The blueberry banana socks, him putting his regular socks over the blueberry. Like, I need a gun. 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 You know what I mean? Like, it's devastating. It's devastating. It's devastating. I haven't formally come out to anyone else in my family other than my mom and my sister, and I think I have a cousin who knows. And I'm sure maybe some people suspect in some regard. I've had those anticipatory thoughts where it's like, if I told my aunts, some of my aunts, ooh, and they already think I'm kind of odd, which fair, but I can imagine what would be said about me and my mother, because at the end of the day, I'll take anything on the chin, but it's kind of like how that reflects in like my livelihood. I'm a teacher. We're not allowed to display pride flags in our classroom, but I have queer babies that I identify with, because we're just like queer folks. Like, we just have this thing where we click, and I can see it in them, they can see it in me, and we know it's there without having to say it. Do you know what I mean? And I've been around queer folks my entire life. My best friend in high school was a trans guy, is a trans guy. And like, literally everyone in my friend group from middle school on up was queer in some regard. So queer relationships are so important for me. Queer friendships are so important to me and for me. And I can't imagine being in a space where it's not accepted. My biggest hobby right now is dance. I was a theater kid growing up. I did visual arts. There's not as much stigma shrouding queer people in those spaces. If I were to, well, I already have disclosed to my dance team members that I am queer, right? It's not like they're going to kick me off the team. It's not like there's going to be some big repercussions for that. It's like, oh, yay. And some of them even were like, I didn't think you were straight. And you're not giving straight. Hallelujah. I don't know much about hockey, but I do have an inkling about how men may or may not operate in a space like that. And I can imagine it being terrifying. Terrifying, which is devastating, which is why I really liked episode 3. Of course, my heart yearns for Ilya Rozanov. My heart yearns for Connor's story. But that's neither here nor there. So I'm done with the heated rivalry. I wanted to talk about Winter and Jungkook. Winter, you're really funny because, girl, Why would you go to that? It's not funny, but it is. Why would you go to that fan site in shorts and slides that are 3 times your shoe size? The slides is what took me out. The shorts, I was like, okay, whatever, fine, 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 fine. Despite the fact that they're like basically culottes down to her ankle, basically. I was like, okay, fine. The slides are what really took me out. The little matching tattoo is what took me out. Temporary, I hope, dear God. And I saw someone on Twitter say it's like when you're in your first relationship in middle school and you just have to be corny and obnoxious and obvious about it because K-pop idols don't get to experience dating normally. They don't get to experience these developmental benchmarks throughout their life on a quote unquote typical or quote unquote normal timeline. So she's acting a fool. And all I have to say about that is with this BTS reunion tour approaching on the horizon, please, please let these delusional, crazy people not buy tickets. Please, please boycott, boycott, boycott Jungkook. Boycott Jungkook. He's a misogynist. He's a womanizer. He can't keep a girlfriend. I can't believe he would be so blatantly public about dating someone from aespa, Winter, Mindung. Wow, how dare he? How dare he? You know what I mean? I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious. I would be so curious about how they met. Being the aespa fan that I am and being the BTS fan that I am, I feel like it makes sense. I think they have compatible personalities, so parasocial. Compatible personalities from what they portray in the public eye. I think it's cute. I think it's cute. I wish I was more involved when Jenny V Gate happened. Like when Jenny Kai Gate happened. Like I wish I was more involved with that trifecta because that was funny. And then people bringing up like double date accusations from 2023, digging that back up. Now why Jenny in it? Get your nails done, hair done like Jenny. Who else got them obsessed like Jenny? Like that came on in K-pop Club Night last night, and I did do the entire choreography because I do know the entire choreography because our cover team did it. It's so funny. It's so funny. I feel like I've been a little detached from K-pop lately, but when things like this happen, it makes me laugh and it brings me right back. I can't tell you the last time I listened to. Oh, you know what else happened in K-pop? Coconut from XG came out as trans, masculine, non-binary with the top surgery scars and everything. I was like, that's slay. And with X Love being active and so openly genderqueer as well, I was like, we're making strides. There are strides being made in 2025. It's so fascinating to see. And not to bring it back to heated rivalry, but I think that's why people had so much to say about Ilya being toxic. I talked about this last episode, whatever. Toxic, but the stakes at the time are different. The stakes for different people are different. So if you put that in the context of a Japanese trans masculine non-binary person who is promoting primarily in Korea in an international girl group, well now it's a co-ed group. All day project, you're kaput. Get out of here. Card. I'm sorry, my microphone died, so if the angle is slightly different, that's why. No, but I was talking about, oh my god, I don't even know what I was talking about. This sucks. No, but Winter, Jungkook, oh my gosh, it's just really funny. And the parasocial aspect of it all, I really did see some genuine outrage. Namjoon having to go on live and be like, hey, I'm gonna just let y'all know we get into that age, to that time in our career where I might be the leader. That's Josie playing with toys in the back. I might be the leader, but now she's under the Christmas tree again. I'm about to put her out again. And I really don't want to. I might be the leader on paper, but you cannot expect me to speak on every issue of all of the children. You can't expect me to be responsible for their personal lives, And so I think that's so interesting that that's where they're at in their career, where Namjoon is having to say, like, we are all grown men. We are all grown men. She's biting my hand. We are all grown men. And I cannot sit here and just be like someone's father and like, you want me to address Jungkook's dating allegations? He said they have their own devices. If they want to get on live, they will get on live. That is so fascinating to me that that's where we are. That's where we are in all of this. You know what I mean? Being a fan since like 2018, which is like kind of late for a BTS fan, seeing those changes over the years, especially post solo careers, all of them are having a solo career now. And Jungkook is so young in the context of all of this. Like he is very, very young. And so I think a lot about the developmental delays that a lot of idols have. I believe Boa has spoken on this, not only just figuratively speaking in terms of social norms and learning certain things in that regard, but also physically developmentally delayed. I think of people debuting very young. I mean, even like Cat's Eye Yunche or Unche from Le Seraphim. Ray and Ive is really young. I mean, there's some I mean, all of Cat's Eye is pretty young. Like they're all babies. They're all babies. And so that Cat's Eye merch too was kind of wild to just have their bodies on a t-shirt. I see what they were going for. It was supposed to be very like Miami Beach joke bikini shirt. I get it. But like I said, Yunche is freshly 18. Laura is 19. It's and I don't say that to be a hater. I just say that as a teacher, my teacher mind, I tell people all the time I teach ninth and 10th grade, and they're like, oh my gosh, like people would mistake you for a ninth and 10th grader. But in real life, ninth and 10th graders, 14, 15, 16-year-olds, and sometimes I have 17-year-olds because of their credits that don't transfer over when they come here to the country. They're babies, you guys. Like they are babies. I have a corner of stuffed animals for them, and they hug and hold the stuffed animals and the pillows. And if I don't ask them about how their game went, they get upset and they need their hugs and someone to check in on them emotionally and show them that someone is in their corner, that someone cares about them. So I can only imagine having to deal with all of the hormonal, developmental, societal pressures of being a teenager and then doing so in the public eye while having to perform and engage with people who have a parasocial relationship with you. I think it's exhausting. I think it's probably frightening. I think it's a little dystopian and endlessly fascinating. Such are things and entertainment, that's kind of the the sword to fall on, the line between entertainment and endangering someone for entertainment. Is that hyperbolic to say endangerment? Is that hyperbolic? I don't know. Perhaps. What else is going on with me? You know what? Circling back to club night, I think it's so funny that people don't dance anymore. I I there were some people in the front who were dancing. People only want to dance when they know choreographies to dance to. But for me, if the beat is good, if the beat is hot, if the beat is live, I'll move around. So, and people don't socialize out with people don't socialize with people outside of who they're going with. So it's increasingly difficult to meet people. I want to put myself out there, but I am still very shy. I still have a lot to overcome in terms of social anxiety. But in terms of going out to these sorts of events, and we're all there with a vested interest in something that is still kind of considered subculture. It's being blasted into the mainstream even more so than I thought possible with K-pop Demon Hunters. My goodness, there were people singing every word to Soda Pop. I was like, I haven't even heard the song in its entirety. When the key change played, I was like, But this might be a short episode today, guys. I just wanted to get something out there. If it's buns, I'm sorry. If it's buns, I'm sorry. So my media for the week is Heated Rivalry. Again, it's Heated Rivalry. Also, loving Smosh on YouTube. I'm loving Smosh. I love Smosh games. It's something I look forward to in my subscription box. The Kevin Lang show is also something I really look forward to every week. And my song of the week, I'm going to do Boom by Inmix. I'm going to do Drama by Espa. Drama, all that drama. I'm in love with this cat. That's my media of the week is this cat. If you guys have any cat suggestions about what I can do for this baby, I have a cat tower coming in and a litter mat. She used her litter perfectly. She's been sleeping under my bed and then would crawl in bed with me. But she's really cuddly. She's really sweet. She's really accepting to kisses and all that good stuff. She's really okay with her paws being touched. And she's really explorative, but not super, super nervous either or skitterish. So, and she's just a domestic short hair. She's a domestic short hair baby girl. My other media of the week is Walmart curbside pickup. Really obsessed with that. Loving it. And I think that's all from me, you guys. That's a really short episode. It's short. It's short. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing Key from Shiny next week. Tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 8th. Yeah, I'm seeing Key from Shiny next week. So we're definitely going to be doing a recap for that. I got myself a hotel room for the night, and I might go explore Fort Worth because I actually have never really hung out there. So I'm going to go see Key. I don't have an outfit. I don't have a plan. I haven't packed anything, and I will be there tomorrow. I'm taking half a day off work and then a full day the day after so I can recompress. I don't even think I'm going to be doing anything that crazy, but I think it would just be nice for me to have a night away, dance the night away, and just expect a heated rivalry recap for every episode until the end of the season because it's really serious for me. I love you. I love you. I love you. I want to see Ilya's reaction to Shane's fight so bad. Go home. Go home. You're a bitch. You're a pussy. Go home. You're 45. And on that note, yeah, short episode today, you guys. Have a good day. And don't forget to talk like no one's listening.